And Will, senior Bob Buco. He's played in Peace's shadow for 3 years. Tonight, though, he gets the nod against the Arkansas Razorbacks. A good defensive unit, particularly with this guy, All-American end and linebacker Billy Ray Smith, who will also be kicking field goals for the Razorbacks. From the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, ESPN presents the Bluebonnet Bowl, matching the Arkansas Razorbacks of Coach Lou Holtz against the University of Florida Gators, coached by Charlie Pell. The Bluebonnet Bowl is brought to you by Timex, timekeeper to ESPN. Timex, we make technology beautiful. And by Michelob Light, an exceptional light beer with a rich, smooth taste. Hi, everybody, and a Happy New Year. I'm Lou Palmer. Fred White and Paul McGuire are standing by at what they call the 8th wonder of the world, the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, to bring you this 24th Bluebonnet Bowl. Just in case you're wondering, a bluebonnet is not a blue hat. What it is the state flower of Texas. They also call it the buffalo clover or the wolf flower. That said,
Now set to play some football. Florida wins the toss. They elect to receive. Two things about this ball game tonight. We'll probably see two quarterbacks playing for both teams, and the place-kicking situation really unsettled for both ball clubs. They're both going to use place kickers here tonight who haven't kicked this year for them.
It's going to be interesting to see when they get in crucial situation how much the pressure is on these two guys.
Bobby Hahn is set to kick for Arkansas. Lorenzo Hampton and Roger Sibald are deep for the University of Florida. And welcome to the great indoors. And well, we are indoors. It is rainy, windy, and rather cool in Houston tonight. Not a sellout crowd. They expect about 40,000 here in the Astrodome. Sibald, number 25. Lorenzo Hampton, number 7. And there's the kicker, Bobby Hahn, for the University of Arkansas, just about set to take the lid off the 24th annual Bluebonnet Bowl game. Sibald will take the kick at the 5 and comes straight up the middle with it and dumped immediately shy of the 20-yard line, knocked down at the 18-yard line. And for Arkansas, it was Ed Jackson that got up and put the initial hit on him. Here the way they're going to start. Florida on offense. Bob Buco will be the quarterback. Wayne Peace started all the games in the regular season. Buco took over after leading them to come from behind wins twice late in the season. Lorenzo Hampton, the running back. James Jones, the fullback, offensively up front.
They've got a fine offensive line, and the guy you want to take a look at is 69, Fike.
It's the young Florida club against a veteran Arkansas club. Buco with the pitch to Lorenzo Hampton, and a little yardage there. He's knocked down by Mark Lee, a linebacker for Arkansas, but not until he had picked up yardage. The defensive lineup for Arkansas, and a tremendous defense, Paul.
Yeah, they have an excellent defense, and when you see Billy Ray Smith, number 87, you got to keep your eye on him. He's just a fantastic All-American football player, and he will determine where that offense will run the football.
Florida with 4 receivers wide. Buco with 1 running back behind him. That's James Jones, and he's got the football. Look at him ramble across the 40, the 42-yard line before Danny Walton hauled him down. James Jones with the pickup.
Well, the thing about it is when you spread out your receivers, you got 2 wide receivers spreading on each side. What that does, first of all, you think pass because you're in a second and short situation. You've got 1 back. Now watch what happens here. The linebackers are all reading pass right now. The linebackers don't get to the play. Calvin Shaw, number 51, doesn't get there, and consequently they pick up about 10 or 12 yards.
Jones is 6'3", 227, a senior from Pompano Beach, Florida. Now the Gators set in the eye. Dixon in motion, and Buco wanted to throw, decides to run, and he is dropped. And dropped immediately by Calvin Shaw, a 208-pound junior linebacker from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Buechel was running. He was looking at James Jones downfield, the fullback coming out of the backfield. He just didn't get deep enough and didn't think he was going to throw the ball to him. Spencer Jackson was the wide receiver downfield that they wanted to throw to number 89. And Greg Lasker, number 3, the defensive safety man for Arkansas, was on the coverage. Just no place for Hugo to go except to run the ball.
Spencer Jackson wide right. Dwayne Dixon wide left. Hampton in motion. And Jones now, the lone running back, gets the pitch. And fumbles the football. Arkansas is on it. Danny Walters, a cornerback, recovers the fumble for Arkansas at midfield.
You know, Walters recovers the ball. The hit is made by Arkansas, but from the wide side, Billy Ray Smith, number 87, turns his play to the inside. You'll see him being blocked. He's the guy that determines where the ball's going to go. Fields is the man that comes in and pops him, and the ball comes out. James Jones fumbles, and number 22, Danny Walters, picks it up.
Danny Walters with his second fumble recovery of the year, and Arkansas with the football. Tom Jones, the quarterback. The handoff goes to Gary Anderson, the tailback, and Arkansas running out of the eye in this ball game. Paul, there's a story there. They haven't been in the eye this year. Well, a couple of times early, but then they abandoned it, and now they're going to run out of it tonight.
They tried the eye, and it didn't work. Now, they've been working on the eye. Now, remember, they've had a couple of weeks to prepare for this game, so they've worked hard on the eye formation. It's something that they want to get into this offense, which you'll probably see an awful lot of next year. You're seeing it now in this game, but they've had enough time to work on it, and it should be effective for them.
Holloway wide right, Dameron left. Again, the pitch out to Gary Anderson. Knocked down by Patrick Miller, an outside linebacker for the University of Florida. Anderson, who has just sparkled in bowl games the last 2 years. In 80, he was the MVP in the Hall of Fame Bowl. In 81, the MVP in the Gator Bowl. He said, I don't know why. The breaks just seem to come my way in bowl games.
Yeah, he's just he is an excellent football player, Fred. He can do an awful lot of things, and he's got pretty good speed. But the guy that makes him is going to be Jesse Clark, number 33, the fullback. He's the guy, even though they're in the eye, that does most of the blocking and the faking.
Anderson again, straight ahead, bangs it inside the 40 and has enough for the first down. And Arkansas inside the Florida 40 with their first possession after the fumble recovery. No score. We're just underway. 12:03 left in the first quarter. Tom Wigman, the linebacker, the initial tackler that time for the Florida defense.
And again, that time Anderson just got the ball and followed Jesse Clark into the hole. He lets him take the brunt of the action, and he goes over the top. But that's what the fullbacks are paid for.
Holloway wide left. Dameron wide to the right side. This time it's Jesse Clark, the big fullback, knocked down at the 35-yard line. Clark, a 226-pound senior from Crossett, Arkansas. Quite a workhorse. He was stopped by Fernando Jackson and Tom Wigman, the linebackers for Florida.
You notice one thing, Fred, when they're running the I formation, that the fullback still gets that belly ride from the quarterback. When he sees that hole, he'll just let him hold on to the ball and go. If it's not there, he'll go down the line with that quarterback option and flip it.
There you're looking at Tom Jones, the quarterback. A little mix-up in the backfield. Gary Anderson finding some running room, however, and he's at the 25-yard line. And Arkansas moving the football.
Good blocking in the offensive line, and then he got an excellent block on the outside following the right guard, Steve Court, number 66. Now watch the guard, 66, Court. He's going to follow him to the outside. Court will get the block. Now watch, Anderson will see it. Block is on the outside. He comes back up inside and picks up the first down.
Court, a young man who bench presses 585 pounds.
Here he comes to the 66. Outside. See, there's the block by Court. He just knocks the defensive end, Miller, to the outside. The hole is there. They pick up the first.
Jesse Clark again bangs it inside, and he has running room. And the Arkansas ground game working now. Tom Wigman, one of the inside linebackers, stopped him. But Jesse Clark picking up good yardage at second down, too.
Freddie, that's a beautiful play. What it is that Tom Jones, the quarterback, he fakes a toss to the back. And when he does that, it'll pull the linebackers out, and he just gives it to the fullback, Jesse Clark, up the middle, and he picked up 8 yards.
Arkansas keeping the football on the ground and being successful with it. A very young defensive front for Florida against an experienced offensive line. Anderson trying to turn the corner inside the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. The Hogs draw first blood in the Astrodome with 10:07 left in the first quarter. Arkansas is on top 6-0.
The man that missed the tackle in the backfield is Alton Jones, number 67 for Florida. Had he made the tackle in the backfield, a 2-yard loss. Once he didn't get Anderson, he was gone.
going to be Martin Smith to attempt the extra point. He's a junior from Manchester, England. And he drills it. The kick is good, and we have a timeout here. With 10 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first quarter, Arkansas has jumped on Florida after the fumble recovery at midfield. Arkansas quickly taking it into score, and with 10:07 left in the first quarter, timeout with the score, Arkansas 7, Florida nothing. To kick again for Arkansas, Lorenzo Hampton is back with Roger Sibbald at the goal line for Florida. In Arkansas, a very opportunistic ball club, quickly jumped on Florida after the fumble.
On the kicker, Freddie's got his foot taped so tight he can hardly walk. Watch him go to the ball, his approach. Watch his right foot. It's like a cast.
He kind of hobbles up to it. Lorenzo Hampton moving up, but he's not going to get the football. Florida trying to return it right back up the middle. It was John L. Williams running back on the return that time, and he brought it back to the 25-yard line. He stopped right there by Mike Morris. So Florida with the football again. 10:04 now left in the first quarter, and the Gators have a player down on the field and hurt. That is John Landry on the field.
All right, take a look at number 67. Right there you see Elton Jones. He's the guy that misses Anderson in the backfield. Eddie made the tackle. It's a 2-yard loss. Anderson's got the speed to get to the outside. Breaks the one tackle at the goal line, touchdown.
Anderson on that drive carried 5 times for 41 yards.
All right, again, we're going to take a look at Alton Jones, number 67. You see right here, he's got him in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Misses it. Now watch the speed of Anderson. He gets a block downfield, but once he makes that turn, cuts back inside the safety man, and that's a touchdown. That was Tony Lilly, the safety, number 18, that missed him.
Well, he's smooth, isn't he, Anderson?
Yeah, just glides. He glides. He doesn't, you know, he's not the kind of a crushing back, but he's the kind of guy that when you talk about backs, O.J. Simpson is that kind of a guy that would glide when they run with the ball. They always are in control of where they're going to cut. Got great peripheral vision and can move to the inside when he has to, like he did on the goal line in front of Lilly for the score.
There you see John Landry being helped off the field. Anderson, a 5'11", 197-pound freshman from Graceville, Florida. While Landry being helped off the field, we'll take a break for this. We're back. One left in the first quarter, 1st and 10, Florida. Lorenzo Hampton, who just picked up a first down for the Gators, this time across the 35 to the 38-yard line, where Calvin Shaw, one of the inside linebackers, nailed him. Hampton, who does a lot of work for this Florida. There's your scoring drive. I don't think they used 70 plays on that drive, do you?
I think they had a 7's good. That's good.
All right. I'll accept 7. 50 yards, 3 minutes, 6 seconds.
They lost 63 plays in just a flick of the switch.
This time it's Hampton in motion. Yuko throws. It has a complete to Dwayne Dixon, one of his wide receivers, and they're across midfield. Inside the 50, where Milton Fields, a linebacker, made the tackle. Two teams that can move the ball. Arkansas, a very tough defensive football team.
When you see this, though, you're going to see Dixon in the defensive corner man. Look at how far they are off. That's a linebacker to the outside. The corner man is not even near him. That's Wyatt. He is the strong corner. You can't give him that much room. They're going to complete the short passes. And Florida is famous for throwing short, little dump passes, I call them, and they get to the outside. That was a rover. Keith Burns was the man that they threw over.
Yuko with a 15-yard completion has Dixon in motion to pitch out Hampton. Oh, he got a great block from James Jones. There wasn't a whole lot there, but Jones dropped his man.
There wasn't either. Hampton, all he had to do was keep his feet, and he may still be running to the outside.
Danny Walters came up from the secondary to make the tackle. The football now at the 46-yard line of Arkansas. Minutes left in the first quarter of this football game. It is 7-0 Arkansas. Florida will show you some sets, won't they? Yuko straight back, lost it for it.
Oh, look at this.
Intended for Hampton, complete. He drops inside the 20. Hampton went up and picked it off. Danny Walters running with him.
They just got themselves in a position that they want to get in, and that's where you get Hampton one-on-one with the weak side linebacker, Milton Fields, number 49. And watch what happens. He outruns him, and he's going to get a little help from the safety later on down, but he's like at 6 yards on his man. And then Danny Walters, the weak back, is the guy that finally gets up. But just take a look and see 49 Fields. He gets beat right there. Hampton gets behind him, and it's wide open.
30-yard completion, 1st and 10, Florida. James Jones dives across the 50, knocked down at about the 13-yard line that time. Yuko's thrown twice, completed 2 for 45 yards. Keith Burns and Mark Lee on the stop that time for Arkansas. Arkansas, a very tough team to run on.
They really are. In Florida, what they're doing is, now here's a passing team that likes to throw the football in short stuff. They're running on 1st down, getting 2 or 3, and they're coming back on 2nd down and throwing the pass. So see if they come back with another pass.
Spencer Jackson, wide left. Wayne Dixon, wide right. Hampton goes in motion.
Here comes the pass.
Yuko wants to throw and has it complete. Kevin Wyatt making the stop.
Chris Faulkner, the big tight end.
Tight end. And Yuko now 3 for 3 in the passing department. The football is inside the 10 at about the 7.5-yard line.
All right, you're going to see Chris Faulkner. He just slips out to the outside. They've got 2 people out there. They also had Hampton in motion. When you do that, the linebacker's got to come out and make the play on the tight end. He can't get there. The corners and the safeties are staying back far enough. Mark Lee is an outside linebacker. Like I say, he just can't get to the tight end. They're going to be short about a half a yard.
So it's going to be 3rd down, less than a yard for Florida. Inside the 10-yard line. Their first 3rd down attempt in this ball game. Faulkner, the senior from Atlanta, making the catch, just a little bit shy of the 1st down. He's 6'4", 241, good size. Backing up Mike Malarkey, who runs 6'5", 245. Florida throws some good size at you from that tight end position. Gators break the huddle.
First guess of the day. I don't know if they're going to go straight ahead on this thing because they seem to be able to run off the right tackle a little bit more.
Jackson and Dixon are wide right. Jones and Hampton in the eye. They send Dixon in motion, and straight ahead goes Yuko for the 1st down. Quarterback sneak. Yuko, the senior from Hartsboro, Pennsylvania, just keeping the football and diving straight ahead. Milton Fields, a linebacker, made the initial hit. The 4th 1st down now for Florida. They're at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
They just playing football. That's why I thought I'd go the other way and take a guess at it. Now you got to see, if you look at Florida's pattern so far, they're throwing left and they are running right.
Send Dixon wide left, Jackson wide right. Again, Jones and Hampton in the eye. This time it's Hampton in motion. Yuko in the end zone, incomplete. That was intended for Dwayne Dixon. Kevin Wyatt was there with him. You know, Paul, sometimes you get down this close and it's tough on the passing game because you don't have the room in the end zone to operate some of the patterns you want to.
It's true. And they just threw the ball up in the air. Look, you take a look at Yuko now. He's going to go back. He's just going to dump the ball up in the air and hoping that Dixon can get underneath it. There was good coverage on the defense, and the ball was just a little bit thrown a little bit too far. But they're running so well to the right. Don't be afraid to run down here.
Yuko now 4 for 5. That was his first miss tonight. Lorenzo Hampton gets the call. He's inside the 5 and struggles to about the 3-yard line. He was stopped there by David Bazell.
When you sit and look at this Arkansas defense, and that's one of the things that they've been noted for a long time is their defense. They really fill a gap, and they fill a hole. You almost want to say the reckless, abandoned football team defensively. The run on them is very, very tough to do. Now you're in a situation where you're going to have to throw the football.
David Basil, the man that made that stop, is from the state of Florida. Hampton goes in motion to the right side. Yuko fires it in the end zone, complete. Touchdown. It's Dwayne Dixon with the football, and Florida's on the scoreboard. It's 7-6, Arkansas. Dwayne Dixon, who caught 45 passes this year.
Freddie, you talking about a great pass. Yuko had to throw this ball on a line. Take a look at it, because the linebacker's coming out. Watch this pass to Dixon between the linebacker and in front of the safety. Milton Fields, number 41, was the linebacker trying to get there and never could make it.
Raymond will attempt the extra point for Florida. It is up, it is good, and we have a tied football game. There is timeout in the Astrodome here with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter of play in the Bluebonnet Bowl, and our score Arkansas 7, Florida 7, and we'll be back right after this. At the Bluebonnet Bowl in Houston right now. And coming up on ESPN, the Rose Bowl game. You'll see it January 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific time. ESPN will present for the first time a delayed telecast of the 1983 Rose Bowl game, the 69th edition of that prestigious matchup. Jim Simpson, Bud Wilkinson, and Irv Brown will be on hand. It's the granddaddy of them all, UCLA and Michigan.
Yeah, remember earlier in the year, UCLA beat Michigan, came from behind, 21 points down to beat Michigan in Ann Arbor.
Florida set to kick off now. Bobby Raymond will hit the football. Derek Holloway will be the deep return man for Arkansas. Kevin Wyatt is back there with him. And so is Raven Caldwell. 7-7 tie. Florida got it through the air. Arkansas got it on the ground. Well, we said they could both score. Derek Holloway is going to take it and fumbles the football, picks it up across the 5. And look at him work his way up near the 20-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. Derek Holloway made something out of it before Doug Drew made the stop. Derek Holloway, an outstanding football player, hasn't had his hands on the ball except for that run back.
All right, here's the thing again. See Fields 49. Take a look at the distance he has to go. Cannot cut off the inside of Dixon. The pass was right on the money. And number 7, Wyatt, was there. Couldn't stop Dixon. Touchdown.
Holloway able to make something out of the return. Got it back to the 19-yard line. Dameron wide to the left side. This time they put Holloway in the slot left. And this time it's Darrell Bowles at the tailback spot, a 198-pound senior from Brownsville, Tennessee. He's stopped by Rodney Billett. Darrell Bowles ran for 619 yards for Arkansas this year. He actually was a leading ground gainer for him. There's the Florida scoring drive. 10 plays, 74 yards, took him 4 minutes 37 seconds, and Yuko finished it off with a 3-yard pass to Dwayne Dixon. 2nd and 7. Jesse Jones, the fullback. It's Holloway in the little wingback reverse, and he's driven out of bounds at about the 34-yard line by Tony Lilly, and there's a flag down.
They got a personal foul on Florida. You get a little anxious on the sidelines. If you're going to do that, you don't want to do it in front of the other team's bench, Fred, because they got too many big guys. See all those red shirts over there? They can beat up on your face when you do that over there, when you hit a guy out of bounds. You don't want to do that.
Well, he's picked a bad spot to take him out.
Here comes, on the left of your screen, you watch Holloway come into the picture right there. Now watch him break this to the outside. Quick move back to the outside. Now you're going to see the hit out of bounds right here. Bang, and there's where they throw the flag.
Right in the Arkansas bench.
Tony Lilly, number 18.
After the penalty, the football now at the 49-yard line. Arkansas and Florida tied 7-7 with 4:41 left in the first quarter. Holloway and Dameron wide left. Jesse Clark, the fullback, a 226-pounder, stopped there by Fernando Jackson, one of the inside linebackers for Florida. Clark, a hard-working football player. Lou Holtz said that he's the most unselfish player he's ever been around. There goes Bowles, 21, out of the ball game. Gary Anderson, 43, back in at the tailback spot for Arkansas.
Freddie, and you're absolutely right about that, because to play Jesse Clark, to play that position, you have to be unselfish, because you know you're not going to carry the ball that much. You're always going to be in there getting banged, and you got to block very well.
Option left. It's going to be Tom Jones keeping the football, and he's at the 41-yard line. I think shy of the first down. Tony Lilly came up from the secondary with help from the outside linebacker Patrick Miller to make that tackle.
You know, the thing about it is you get the linebacker strung out like that, and Jones, Tommy Jones, number 11, did a great job. You get a guy where you call him and sit in limbo. He has no place to go. He can't go to the quarterback, and he can't take the back. He gets caught in the middle, and all the quarterback does is Jones just takes the ball, and they're going to be about 6 inches short of a first down.
Going to be 3rd down and about a half foot.
Take a look at, now watch what he does out here to the outside man. Right here, bang, you're stuck in a position you can't go out, and that's Wilbur Marshall, the All-American. You got him stuck right out in where I call limbo. Take a look at him. He goes for the back. Jones says, okay, if you're going to go there, I want to take the ball, and he picks up 8 yards.
If you're Wilbur Marshall, you got to make a choice.
Yes, you got to take one or the other. But he made the right decision. The way I say he made the right decision because if he goes to Jones, then Anderson gets the ball, and you'd rather have Jones carrying it than Anderson.
3rd and a foot for Arkansas. At the 46 of Florida, it's going to be Tom Jones on the keeper, and he's got enough for the first down. Arkansas picks up another first down at the 40-yard line. I said 46, I'm at 41. That's the 6th first down of this football game now for the University of Arkansas. They're doing a great job on the ground. Florida did a great job in the air with it.
I'll tell you one thing that they can do is they can throw to the wide receivers on the outside. Derek Holloway, you can throw to him. Kim Dameron, you can throw to him because the corners are playing 10 yards off the ball. Ivory Curry, number 26, is playing the right corner, and he is 10 yards off the receiver. Now there's no wide receiver on the side. On this side, you've got the corner man, Ricky Eastman. He's way off, 10 yards.
Gary Anderson sliding up the middle. Excuse me, Darrell Bowles is back in the game at the tailback spot now. Bowles will replace Anderson again at tailback. That was him with the football. Fred McAllister on the tackle for Florida. A 235-pound junior from Melbourne, Florida. You know, this Florida football team has 3 players in uniform here tonight. They got 4 players, counting the kicker, who are not from the state of Florida.
Everybody else is there.
Boy, is that something for homegrown talent?
That tells you about high school football in Florida, how good it is.
Outstanding. Tom Jones on the keep again. Not much there for him. He's inside the 35 to about the 33, where Wilbur Marshall, the All-American linebacker for Florida, stopped him. So Arkansas is going to look at 3rd down and about 4 right here. The toughest conversion that we've had so far in this ball game. We've had 3rd and a foot a couple of times. Arkansas has converted 2 out of 3 third down attempts so far in this game.
Funny thing about Florida, Fred, that the cornermen do not go into the huddle. And they play so far off that you should throw the outside. Now, they got Kim Dameron outside, and it's open.
Tom Jones. Maybe checking off. May get too much time. Well, now you're going to look at 3rd and 9.
I think that might have been a pass play to Dameron. And what happened was Jones got up over the line of scrimmage and saw the linebacker cheat to the outside. He saw the safety cheat to the outside, along with the corner man, which is Ivory Curry, number 26. There were 3 men sitting out on Dameron. He wanted to go on Dameron. He wanted to go someplace else, and he didn't have the play that he wanted to call. Now they have to throw the ball. Well, of course, Arkansas, you never know. They make, you know, with their power offense, they can run it.
Last time you saw a Gator in a tuxedo. The second penalty against Arkansas. Now again, it's 3rd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Jones with Holloway in the slot. Fakes the handoff. He's got heat. Wilbur Marshall's after him, and the pass is going to be batted around and falls incomplete. Fernando Jackson and Derek Holloway were in a contest. Gary Anderson, excuse me, in a contest for the football. Well, Wilbur Marshall put a charge on him, didn't he?
Wilbur Marshall came from the outside, and they had a back trying to block him, and that's almost an impossibility. And then you're going to see Fernando Jackson with the ball balancing on his forehead. Look on the right-hand side of your screen. You'll see Marshall. There's the heat from the backside. But watch what happens to this ball. Anderson's there, Jackson's there, and it's bouncing all over Jackson. Hit his foot, and Anderson almost had a chance to pick it up. It still would have been for a loss.
Brad Taylor into punt. That was Tom Jones' first pass attempt. Taylor, a good punter. He kicked 60 times this year, averaged 41 yards. Just hangs it very high toward the corner here. And standing kick. It's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. I don't know what more Brad Taylor could have done with the football that time. An outstanding punt, sticks forward in the hole. We have timeout. 1:39 left in the first quarter. Our score, Arkansas 7, Florida 7. Left in the first quarter, and a 7-7 tie at the Bluebonnet Bowl on Sunday. ESPN has an NBA doubleheader for you. Houston and Milwaukee at 7:50 Eastern Time live, followed by Detroit and Los Angeles at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time live. NBA doubleheader on ESPN on Sunday. Paul is a former punter. You had to appreciate the kick we just saw right there from Brad Taylor.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the kick is Brad Taylor did aim for the coffin corner. And you got to like the kick. Anytime a kick goes out of bounds inside the 20, and I mean inside the 20, it's a good kick. Even if it's only a 30-yard kick, it's a good kick because it gives them that much further to go for the ball. Anybody can kick it in the end zone.
Now the Gators have the ball at their 5-yard line. Yuko is going to throw it from there, and he's got it complete. Well, He threw it from the 5. Danny Walters made the stop. It was Faulkner, I believe, the tight end, that made the reception.
They are just throwing that little short pass. What they're doing is they're waiting till a receiver clears behind the linebacker in front of the corners. What it's going to have to do is bring the corners up. Just take a look at it. He's going to throw the ball. Hugo throws the ball behind the linebacker in front of the corner. That's Walters. He's got to get up a little bit closer.
Well, he's on target. Hugo's hit 5 out of 6 for 65 yards. This is James Jones, the fullback, knocked down by Jim Kingsby. Kingsby, a 265-pound freshman. Arkansas had Kingsby in the middle of things that time, and the freshman made the play. It is 2nd and a yard.
It's uncharacteristic for an Arkansas team, and what you're seeing is a lot of catching. The offensive line, not taking anything away from Florida's offense. The offensive line, they're going after the defensive line, and they're sitting back on their heels. They've got to attack, like now, and they did do it again.
Lorenzo Hampton took a hit, kept his feet, got another yard out of it. Their 7th first down. Calvin Shaw and Greg Lasker were there that time, and Lasker put a hit on him. Touching that helmet to make sure he still got it on.
That's right. You have to check it. Once you clear past that line of scrimmage, you better wait for. You got to know that these safety men and corners are going to come up and nail you.
He took a pretty good blow and kept his feet.
It's one of those headache plays.
Spencer Jackson, wide right. Tyrone Young is in the slot right for Florida. Now he's in motion. Yuko to Jones. Not much there. He's at the 35-yard line and stopped by Jim Kingsby. Little freshman, not little, 265-pound freshman for Arkansas, doing a job in the middle of things. How do you call a 265-pound man little?
They tried a little cross trap in the backfield and going right at Billy Ray Smith. He's the guy that tripped up Jones on the play. And you're not going to fool an experienced player like Billy Ray Smith. I keep talking about him. He is an All-American, legitimate All-American, and that's the end of the first quarter.
We have come to the end of one quarter at the Bluebonnet Bowl in the Astrodome in Houston, Texas on a rainy New Year's Eve. And the score at the end of one quarter, Arkansas 7 and Florida 7. Hope you enjoyed the first quarter. Hope you're enjoying your New Year's Eve. We'll be back with the second quarter at the Bluebonnet Bowl. Right now, this. Ball 2nd down 7 at their own 35-yard line. A 7-7 tie, Arkansas and Florida. The 24th at the Bluebonnet Bowl. There have been some great games in this bowl. And Paul, one I'll always remember, an Oklahoma-Alabama game a number of years ago in here that was one of the wildest football games ever.
You here doing that?
No, I just watched it on television. Was fascinated by it. I got
a feeling we're going to see a wild game in the first quarter. Unofficially, Florida 135 yards offense, Arkansas 82, and you're talking about your 135 yards in the first quarter against a very, very strong, good defensive football team.
And there's your score as we go to the second quarter of play. Well, Arkansas led the nation in scoring defense. They only gave up 7 points a game. They were 5th in the nation in rushing defense, giving up 97 yards a game rushing and 4th in total defense. 242 yards a game was all anybody could manage. Here's Yuko. He has time. He throws, and it's dropped. James Jones had the football and dropped it on the sideline.
Somebody blew a coverage because James Jones was out there all by himself. All he had to do was stop. He kept drifting to the out-of-bounds line, and he didn't get there. Here's Billy Ray Smith, the All-American. They had a deal going on with the outside guy. Billy Ray Smith is looking for the fake up the middle. He got fooled. Yuko kept the ball and threw it out there to Jones, and he drops the football.
Billy Ray Smith made 5 All-American teams. He's one of 4 finalists for the 2nd year in a row for the Lombardi Award.
This formation you're seeing is a triple formation, and then they take Young and put him in motion.
Yuko throws. That time Jones has the football. He has first down yardage and is knocked out of bounds inside the 50 by Kevin Wyatt. Wyatt operating at a corner.
Freddie, you know this is a great play. This is the same play they ran the last time, and Jones was wide open. Take a look at it. The linebacker is not covering him. Number 51, Kelvin Shaw. That's his man. And what happens, they came right back to the same play again. He was wide open. Here comes Shaw, number 51. He knows that that was his man. His man is the fullback. He didn't cover the play before, so they came back to the same play. That's excellent play calling.
Florida now has B. Lang in the game at a wide receiver. Quick toss, Lorenzo Hampton. Inside the 45, where Keith Burns made the stop for Arkansas. Hampton will catch a lot of balls out of the backfield. He caught 21 passes during the regular season. They're not afraid to throw to the backs.
You see the play called? He faked to the fullback first and then threw the little dump pass to hold the linebackers. Then he got Hampton just for the short gain, picked up 7 yards on the play, but it was an excellent call. They've thrown everything in every kind of formation you want at Arkansas, and they've got them confused.
You saw the Florida cheerleaders. Not much there that time. Straight ahead inside the 40. First down, Billy Ray Smith was there on the tackle. James Jones gets the first down. 7-7 tie. The ball at the 38-yard line of Arkansas, and Florida really mixing it up and moving the football.
Well, they're throwing a lot of different formations. They're going, well, they're actually 2 wide guys on each side, but one of the wide guys is the halfback, the running back, Lorenzo Hampton, number 7. They're in that position again. They've got him strung out to the outside. He's got 5 receivers to throw to.
Yuko fires to the sideline, and it's dropped. Andrew Young, the intended receiver, and Keith Burns was there on the coverage. Tyrone Young, excuse me, not Andrew Young.
What they did on that play is they just took Hampton and they ran him straight down, and Young did a delay and came underneath. The ball was there. It was a catchable ball, should have called it. Lou Holtz is pacing.
Lou Holtz, what a job he has done at Arkansas. His 6th season, he's won 53 games, lost just 16. 2nd and 10, Florida. Well, the working room there, that was John L. Williams with the football for Florida. David Basil and Ron Perot on the stop. John L. Williams coming out of the ball game, a 210-pound freshman from Palatka, Florida, and the Florida bunch.
I don't know whether you want to put Florida in a situation where they have to throw the ball, because that's something they do so well.
Charlie Pell, the Florida coach. Gators have it 3rd and 7. Yuko wants to throw, has some pressure on him, gets it complete to Jones inside the 20 and knocked down at the 15-yard line. Oh, Yuko got it away with some pressure on that time and hit his man. Nathaniel White made the stop.
They are just killing Kelvin Shaw, number 51, the strong side linebacker. His man is Jones. There's no question about it. They had a blitz on that time. The linebacker has to stay with the fullback. He didn't do that. Jones got behind him again, and they just dropped the pass. Yuko is just looking at his fullback. That's 3 times in this drive that he's thrown to the fullback, and Jones is coming off limping.
And a Florida player besides Jones is down. Jones is limping off, another player down. And we have a timeout with 13:08 left in the first half and a 7-7 tie at the Bluebonnet Bowl. Florida center John Redmond, a 252-pound senior, was the player who was down. He's off the field right now. Phil Bromley's in the ball game. James Jones limped off. John L. Williams is in the ball game, replacing Jones, the running back. B. Lang comes wide to the right side. Malarkey, the tight end, right. And send Tyrone Young wide left. Now put him in motion. Yuko with a pitch to Lorenzo Hampton, and there's nothing there. He is hemmed in, and he's going to be trapped back at the 20-yard line. Danny Walters, Mark Lee led the charge for Arkansas. The Arkansas defense turns in a big play.
You ever hear that expression, he who hesitates is lost? Well, here's what happened. Just take a look at Hampton. He gets to the outside. There's Billy Ray Smith as the guy that makes all this possible. He saw him in his face. He hesitated, tried to go back. There was just no place to go. Number 22, Danny Walters, is right there. They ran him out of bounds. Big loss.
2nd down, 16 for Florida now. Put Young in the slot left. Lang, the wide receiver, left. Malarkey, the tight end, left. Now, Young in motion. Yuko rolling left, looking. Gets it in the air toward the end zone, and Lang, it is a touchdown. Lang took it just before going out the back side of the end zone, and there's a flag down on the play back at the line of scrimmage. Lang, a 168-pound junior from Miami who caught only 2 passes during the regular season, hauled that one in, but it's not going to count.
It's coming back. You can't give Yuko this much time. You've only got a 3-man rush. They're playing pass play on a 2nd and 16. That's an illegal man downfield.
They had an illegal receiver down there.
Well, What happens, the linemen are trying to block, and all of a sudden you got Hugo rolling out. The lineman can go beyond the line of scrimmage, but he's got to take a knee if he doesn't block him. I think this is what happened.
Ineligible downfield. White, loss of a down, 3rd down.
Well, needless to say, that penalty hurts the first penalty against Florida.
Not only the touchdown, it's the 5-yard penalty and the loss of the down. It's the most costly penalty in football, Fred. Not because of the touchdown, because it is a loss of a down and the penalty tacked onto it.
Now it's 3rd and 21 from the 25. Instead of Florida having the touchdown, they're going to have to get a big strike here. And now Yuko doesn't like what he sees and takes a timeout. You can see him shaking his head and saying something. He's going to come over and talk to Charlie Pell with 12:53 left in the first half.
You know something else has happened? Arkansas took out Kelvin Shaw, number 51, the linebacker.
Timeout here with 12:53 left in the first half. Arkansas 7, Florida 7. Yuko has hit 7-11 passes for 121 yards. He needs a big one here. Florida has it 3rd and 21 at the 25-yard line of Arkansas, and a 7-7 tie with 12:53 left in the first half of the Bluebonnet Bowl game.
One thing again, Fred, that Arkansas has to do, you're not going to get to Hugo with a 3-man rush. You're going to have to send at least one of the linebackers.
Tyrone Young in motion. Lang wide left. Pitch out, Lorenzo Hampton. Well, he needed 21 yards and never got close. He's inside the 20 at the 18. Ron Perot on the stop. And we're going to have a field goal attempt.
Well, it's obvious they didn't want to make a mistake and throw the ball up for grabs. They had a long way to go. It's a safe call. You pick up 6 or 7 yards, and now you're in a position for a field goal.
Interesting here now. Bobby Raymond, the sophomore from Jacksonville, will attempt the field goal. He hasn't attempted one all year. Billy Ray Smith, we're told, will kick field goals for Arkansas tonight. He hasn't attempted one. Raymond's first attempt is up. He's got plenty of leg, and it's good. Bobby Raymond hits the field goal with 12:16 left in the first half, and Florida jumps in front of Arkansas here. There is timeout in the Astrodome at the Bluebonnet Bowl. Again, 12:16 left in the first half. Our score now, Florida 10, Arkansas 7. Florida leading Arkansas 10-7 the first half of the Bluebonnet Bowl. You'll see college basketball on ESPN. St. John's at Seton Hall, Monday, January 3rd. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, live from Walsh Auditorium in South Orange, New Jersey. Glenn Berman and Bill Raftery will be on hand. St. John's ranked 7th in the country by AP. They are 10-0 out of the tough Big East part of the country. Bobby Joe Edmonds is back with Derek Holloway. Also back with him, Kevin Caldwell.
Can you believe I got a linebacker back there? He's just for blocking, I think.
Raymond set to hit the football for Florida. Oh, what a lick delivered by the Florida defense right there. Bobby Joe Edmonds took the kick. It was a short kick. But you could hear the collision up here in the press box, and we are a long way away.
Fred, what Florida did is they line up on one hash mark, the left-hand hash mark, and they kick the ball all the way to the other side of the field. What they want is height. Kick the ball around the 20-yard line. What happens is you've got your offensive team, Arkansas, lined up thinking they're going down that hash mark and kicks it across the field. There's just nobody over there to block. And if he muffs the ball, they've got the ball back.
New quarterback for Arkansas, Brad Taylor in the ball game. Anderson with the handoff. Boy, he's an efficient runner. He made yards. Tom Wigman, an inside linebacker, on the stop that time for Florida. Boy, Anderson just glides and finds holes.
He sure does. He also has a guy by the name of Court out in front of him that just buried Curry in the corner.
Steve Court, the 270-pound senior, wears a size 52 sport coat. That's only 10 sizes bigger than me. He's an All-American. Told you, he bench presses 585 pounds. It's almost a pickup truck. Taylor, Anderson. Look at that. Got a pretty little move at the end of it before he got closed out.
He only picked up about 4.5 yards on a play. And Jesse Clark, the fullback, what an excellent block he got. The girl with the gator on her
Florida
face.
cheerleaders with a gator on her cheek. Hello. Fernando Jackson made the stop that time for Florida. He's a 218-pound senior inside linebacker. This is Mark Missler, the wide receiver for Arkansas.
And they're going with Holloway on the other side.
Taylor faked the handoff, wants to throw. Does. Complete to Anderson. Former wide receiver, now the tailback in the eye, and he's at midfield. And Arkansas has the first down at the 50. Florida leading 10-7 with 11 minutes and a second left in the first half. Alton Jones on the tackle that time.
Brad Taylor is the throwing quarterback for Arkansas, but just take how long this screen sets up. You can see Anderson in the picture. He's off to the right. Look how far back he drops. Now look at the blockers in front. You see the wall? There's Court. Look at the block he gets to the outside, and Anderson just cuts back in and picks up the first down.
Tell you, with Steve Court and Alfred Muhammad at 275 next to him, you got to run a little bit just to get past him. Darrell Bowles is the tailback now for Arkansas. He has replaced Anderson. Tim Newton, defensive tackle, a 285-pound sophomore from Orlando on the stop. There's your score, 10-7 Florida, 10:30 left in the first half.
Freddie, if Arkansas would come out and throw the ball on first down, they can score a bomb right off the bat. And they've got the guys that can go. They've got Holloway and Missler that can catch the ball, and they can both fly. Holloway really surprised Florida.
Holloway's to the right side. Missler left, the I formation. Taylor cuts it loose up the middle and has it complete. That time, Darrell Bowles made the reception. He only caught 2 passes during the regular season, but he carried the ball for 619 yards. He's a 198-pounder. A senior from Brownsville, Tennessee.
Watch this drop. This is a 10-yard drop by Taylor. He's got time. He's got good blocking up front. And then he sees Bowles, the back coming out of the backfield. It's about a yard short of the first down, but it was a good selection because everybody else downfield was covered.
Arkansas has converted 2 out of 4 third down attempts in this game. The man for Florida who's injured and being helped off the field is Tim Newton, an offensive tackle.
He's a nose guard, and he's a freshman.
Excuse me, I said offensive. Defensive, of course. Taylor with a handoff to the fullback. Jesse Clark straight ahead. Tom Wigman put the initial hit on him. There's Charlie Pell, the Florida coach, looking on.
This is going to be short.
Boy, Pell's done the job at Florida.
This will be short about 6 inches, maybe a little bit less than that. With that powerful team of theirs, I'd go for it.
Who it is? What do you got? First down. They had it by about an inch.
Well, I looked at the flag on the other side. I'm not going to make any excuse. I looked at the flag on the other side. They had to get almost to the marker. Maybe the field isn't lying straight. Or maybe my eyes are going. Well, whatever.
We're sitting on a curve.
Whatever. Now is where I like to see him throw a pass, a little play-action pass. You've got Holloway in there, and you've got Dameron in there, 2 guys that can fly.
Taylor sets the backs in the eye. The football just inside the 40. First down, Arkansas. Darrell Bowles gets the call. Picks up a couple. Arkansas pretty consistent looking at 2nd and long so far. That was Keith Williams on the tackle, a 235-pound freshman from Milton, Florida. Boy, in the middle of that defensive line, Florida with Billett, a sophomore. Tim Newton, a sophomore. Keith Williams, a freshman.
Freddie, you know who's open? If you take a look at this football team, when they go 2 wideouts, 1 on either side, Florida goes double-double on both sides with the corner safety. The tight end has got to be covered by a linebacker.
Taylor up the middle, intercepted. Picked off by Ivory Curry. The 35-yard line, and Ivory Curry driven out of bounds by Alfred Muhammad. The 5th interception of the year for Ivory Curry. So Florida comes up with a big defensive play with 8:35 left in the first half.
All right, take a look at this play. See what's happened now. You got Taylor coming this way. He does not see the guy on the left-hand side of the screen come in. That's Curry. He sees his man going across, Holloway coming across for the play, but he doesn't see the guy in the corner. And you've got to look at the people on the left-hand side as well as your receiver coming across the middle. Didn't see him. Great interception by Florida, and that stopped a pretty good drive.
So the Gators get it back with 8:35 left in the first half. Timeout in the Astrodome with a score now, Florida 10, Arkansas 7. Paul, one of the things that hurts the Arkansas defense, Bert Zinneman, an outstanding linebacker, not playing. At halftime of tonight's game, we'll take a look at the 1982 high school All-American team. As usual, a lot of outstanding players. James Jones, the fullback, stopped by Keith Burns, the rover for Arkansas. Okay, back to Zinneman for just a minute. He's been an outstanding linebacker for Arkansas, and you have to say so far it looks like the Razorbacks have missed him in this football game.
Yeah, they certainly have. Kelvin Shaw, who was the man that was beaten a few times by the fullback, Jones. They took him out of the game, and I can't tell right now whether he's back in the game or not. No, I don't think he is.
Spencer Jackson, wide right for Florida. Wayne Dixon, wide left. Yuko, the quarterback. John Williams has a hole. He's inside the 45 to the 42, where Keith Burns, the rover, made the stop. You know, as you watch Yuko do such a good job operating the Florida offense, you have to think about Wayne Peace a little bit to get started every game for Florida this year. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. He said, I just hope that Bob Yuko does very well. I want to play. I don't like the situation at all, but I have to be for him.
There's a great rivalry in the state of Florida with these two guys, with Yuko and also with Peace. I would imagine we're going to see Peace in this game.
John Williams straight ahead. Bobby Schantz, defensive end, made the play for Arkansas.
Florida's having their success. Now, if you remember that Lorenzo Hampton had run where he tried to run wide, and he didn't have any place to go, Billy Ray Smith was there. What they're doing is that Arkansas pursues so well, so what they try to do is go wide and then cut back into the flow of the play. Once you do that, you'll get the defense trying to overrun the ball.
Yuko has receivers spread wide all over the place. Looks at Dixon. Now throws for Lorenzo Hampton, a little bit too tall, and he had his man in the open. Lorenzo Hampton was behind the defense. Keith Burns and Greg Lasker trying to close on him.
I tell you what, Lorenzo Hampton knocked the defensive back down on the ground. That's why he was wide open. He went down and just popped, and I think it was Greg Lasker, number 3. All right, we're seeing the quarterback here, Yuko, but you're going to see at the end of it, Hampton is going to be open, but there's a guy on the ground, and I think it was number 3, Lasker. He just went down and just popped him with a forearm and knocked him down.
Dixon and Jackson wide to the right side for Florida. James Jones.
Run pass.
He's going to throw it for Dixon. Intercepted in the end zone. Danny Walters comes up with it for Arkansas. His 4th interception of the year, and the Razorbacks get it back, still down by 3 points with 6:45 left in the first half.
Fred, one thing we know about it, James Jones can throw the ball high. Watch how much time that Danny Walters had to wait for the ball to come down. Look at how high this ball goes out of the picture. All right, here's Walters. They were just waiting for it to come down. He could have signaled for a fair catch. Good play by the defense.
You know what? Danny Walters played in the Astrodome earlier this year and returned an interception 93 yards for a touchdown against Houston. This is his spot right here. He loves the Astrodome, I guess. You're watching the Bluebonnet Bowl from Houston, the college basketball doubleheader, Wednesday, January 5th. LSU at Kentucky at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time live, followed by Michigan State at Iowa, January 5th, 9:30 p.m. Bob Lee and Dick Vitale will be in Rupp Arena. Jim Thacker and Billy Packard will bring you the Iowa-Michigan State game.
You're a basketball man, #1 team in the nation.
Right now?
Should be.
I'll stay with Virginia.
Yeah, I think I will too. You're going to catch them on one day. It's a shame they dropped one game and they end up in 3rd place.
The only thing you worry about being #1 in basketball is be it in March. Well, April this year, I guess. You don't have to be there at the first of the year. Springtime, that's when you want to be. I'm going to say that Danny Walters, the 191-pound senior from Chicago on the Arkansas defense, is going to have fond memories of the Astrodome. A 93-yard interception TD return earlier this year, and he picked one off in the end zone against Florida right there.
All right, now we got Jones is back in at quarterback, and they took Brad Taylor out. And I still would like to see this team throw the ball on first down, and I would like to see him throw the ball to the tight end on first down.
Dameron, a little confused now, goes slot right. Derek Holloway wide right. Gary Anderson, the tailback, gets the call. Not much for him. The middle of the Florida defensive line closed him down in a hurry. Billy Henson, a sophomore from Hilliard, Florida, made the initial hit. And it's second down 4. There was 6 yards there. Excuse me.
Well, you know, that's the thing that we talked about, Freddie. He glides so well. It doesn't look like he's going to catch or get an awful lot of yardage. There's Danny Walters. He got the interception. He loves this place. We know that. Yes, Danny, absolutely. You need all the hands you can get.
Fumble. Jesse Clark lost the handle as Florida covers the football at the 40. Tony Lilly, the safety, is on the football for Florida. Jesse Clark lost the handle on it. Tony Lilly comes up with his first fumble recovery of the season. And the Gators get it at the 40-yard line of Arkansas.
He picked up 8 yards on this play. Look at him just blowing him off the line of scrimmage, and he lost the football. You know, you and I talked earlier before this game, Freddie, and one thing I said, and I know Florida people might not like this, but I'm going to tell you something right now. Arkansas will lose this football game on turnovers if they're going to do it. They will give the game away.
Young and Dixon wide right. Young with the reception, and Keith Burns right there to stop him on the short pass. 6 minutes left in the first half of this football game. Florida leading Arkansas 10-7. Arkansas a slight favorite coming in. There's Tyrone Young, a 6'6" senior. That's a pretty good target.
You bet you it is. That's the job of the Rover. He's the guy that's got to take all the short slack, and Burns did it very well.
Jackson and Faulkner wide left. Dixon and Young wide right. A look at Bob Huco, the quarterback. He's under pressure, and he is going to be dropped by Billy Ray Smith. Billy Ray Smith made 15 tackles for losses during the regular season. He is everybody's All-American, and he just made the big play for Arkansas.
He's either making the play himself or he's involved in a play. Take a look at Billy Ray Smith. There's just no way that anybody's going to block him. The man, Mike, number 69, was the man that was on him, and Billy Ray just beat him to the quarterback.
If that name sounds familiar, it's because his dad, Billy Ray, played at Arkansas and for the Baltimore Colts. They move him around and try to hide him in that defense. Make you find him. They can't hide him. Yeah. Big Dixon in motion. Huco may have to keep it. He's still trying to get a receiver open. Now he's just going to take it out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Mark Lee finally got the pressure on him. Florida's going to kick the football. Ray Criswell, the freshman from Orange Park, Florida, will do the punting. He kicked 48 times, averaged 43 yards. How about this thing?
Well, that's the card that the player of the game gets.
Arkansas motorized helmet. The man deep for Arkansas is Gary Anderson.
Oh, look at the moves he's got.
Oh. He's across the 20, the 30, the 35, the 37-yard line.
That's
what a run.
And that's not a flag down there, Freddie. That's a shoe. He left. Was it him that ran out of his shoe? No, he faked out one of the Florida players right out of his shoes.
What an exciting play.
That's Pratt, number 41. Watch the move. Just watch, folks. Watch his feet. He's going right. No, he's going to take a move here. It said, can't go that way. Let's come back left a little bit. We'll pick up some more blockers. Look at this run. For you young people out there watching, don't ever stop your feet moving.
Arkansas with the football, 1st and 10. At their own 38 after that sensational run. Nothing wrong with that one. Derek Holloway had the football, and Scott Marshall finally hauled him down. 4:27 left in the first half. Florida leading 10-7 in the Arkansas. Reuter is finding something to cheer about.
Second time they've run that reverse play, Derek Holloway, and it works so well because the corners and the safeties are so wide. Here it comes. Jones gives it to him. Now take a look. There's nobody to the inside. And you see the corners and safeties are so far off, they're not in the play.
Used to be a guy at Nebraska named Johnny Rogers who ran a play similar to that with a lot of success. Ball is on the ground. Florida says they have it. Anderson lost the handle on it. Florida says they've recovered the fumble, and the officials aren't agreeing yet.
No, they're not agreeing because one official said he was down. And if they say he is down...
Patrick Miller made the hit on Gary Anderson. Florida upset. Here it is.
All right, let's take a look at the hit on Anderson. Now, watch where the ball is. Is he on the ground when the ball comes out? He's tackled here? No, he's not. This is a fumble. This is a fumble.
But he might have gotten it back.
Let's hope so. It's his in the first place.
He had it first.
Again, I'm saying, Freddie, Arkansas will beat themselves. The mistakes that they make.
Cameron and Holloway. Now Holloway in motion. Tom Jones wants to unload it. He has heat from Wilbert Marshall, and down he goes. Wilbert Marshall got to him. Mark Douglas was the intended receiver.
You better put some people on Marshall, because you're not going to block him with a back. That's number one.
You see the whooping suey call from the Arkansas fans.
All right, Jones is back. He does not see him until the last second, and then he dumps the ball off.
Tell you what, if I'm the quarterback, I'm going to know where Wilbur Marshall is.
Yeah, when you get on the line of scrimmage, you want to look and say, okay, where's 88?
He is a 223-pound junior from Titusville, Florida. He can play. There's Dameron, a wide receiver. Jones lets it go in a hurry and throws short, intended for Derek Holloway. Brad Taylor, excuse me, in the ball game now at quarterback. Intended for Holloway. And Arkansas is going to have to kick it away with 3:33 left in the first half. There goes Taylor off the field. He's a sophomore from Danville, Arkansas.
Brad Taylor is also the punter.
He's going to stay on and punt. He's not going off the field.
Freddie, well, I guess you don't second guess the coach, but do you agree with switching the quarterbacks around that much?
I got to think it'll break your rhythm.
Look at this kick. It's going out of here.
Ivory Curry waiting for it, but he's not going to get a play. It's in the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Florida will have the football first and 10 at the 20, leading Arkansas 10-7 with 3:25 left in the first half. Well, it would be very tough for me to switch quarterbacks. How do you feel about it?
I don't think I agree with you. I think it does break the rhythm of a team. Now, if you're going to change in the quarters, that's a different story. But again, Jones did get hit by Wilbur Marshall. He might have gotten shaken up on a play, but it's very tough because the receivers get used to one guy throwing the ball. Now, Jones is not really the thrower that Taylor is, but when you're in a situation when you're down and you have to throw the football, then you got to make the switch and stay with it.
I will say this, Lou Holtz has won an awful lot of football games, and I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Lorenzo Hampton gets the call. David Basil on a stop. 2nd and 8 now, Florida. 3:10 left in the first half. 10-7, Florida leading Arkansas. Different offensive philosophies here. Arkansas keeping it on the ground, Florida throwing it. Spencer Jackson wide left. Dixon wide right. Send Hampton in motion. Yuko throws quickly up the middle, complete to Dwayne Dixon. Across the 30 to the 33 where Danny Walters, a cornerback, made the tackle. Florida has a first down.
This is the same play that they threw for the touchdown. And I'll tell you something right now. Yuko can get the ball to the man in a hurry. He is not letting the linebackers get out like Milton Fields to help out.
You're looking at the Bluebonnet Bowl. You'll see some future stars. At halftime, we'll meet the 1982 high school All-Americans. Dixon right, Spencer Jackson left, and the call goes to Lorenzo Hampton. He's across the 35, stopped at the 37 by Jim Kingsby, the 265-pound freshman from North Little Rock.
You see that defensive alignment by Arkansas? They had a two-man line. They had two guys on the line of scrimmage, and everybody else was off the line.
2nd and 6. Hampton with 9 carries now for 33 yards. That punt a moment ago incidentally was a 46-yard punt. Double receivers wide left. Jackson and Dixon. Now Dixon in motion. James Jones finds a hole. 45-50. stopped at the 45-yard line. Danny Walters, who's had a busy night in that Arkansas secondary. There's Jones getting up off the ground. The 227-pound senior from Pompano Beach just picked up 18 yards.
Watch the move that he makes when he comes out of the backfield. That's what's amazing about it. When he makes that short cut and gets back to the outside for a big man at 227 pounds, this is great agility. Now watch this when he gets through here. See that little move? Freezes the weak back, which is Walters, just for a second, and gets back to the outside and picks up another 8 yards.
Put Hampton in motion this time. Yuko. Hand off again to James Jones. Not much there for him. David Basil, the linebacker, on the stop that time. Clock running, 1:38 left in the first half. Florida has the football in a 10-7 lead, and there's James Jones, who shows indications that he's hurting. He's coming off again.
All right, here we go again. Look at James Jones now. Just watch the moves when he gets past the line of scrimmage. Remember, he weighs 227 pounds, this young man. Looks like he's a little tight. I don't know whether he's tired enough, but he limped off a little earlier.
Chris Faulkner, the tight end, limped off with him. There's a timeout here. As you look at Bob Hugo, the quarterback, talking things over with his coaches. That's the offensive coordinator. That's not Charlie Pell he's talking to. There's Wayne Peace, number 15. We told you the story that Peace, the starting quarterback all year long, not starting this game. Hugo brought the Gators from behind twice late in the year and won this job.
Yeah, he's an excellent quarterback. And again, Wayne Peace is a junior. Yuko is a senior. He's a fifth-year senior. And he's done very well. You can't fault him in the game. Some of the passes, I don't know what his percentage is right now, but there's like 3 or 4 of them that were dropped, and they were on target. They've got Arkansas confused defensively. Arkansas, and another thing, you can't have a 3-man rush to get to Hugo because the offensive line is doing such a great job for Florida. Now I see Calvin Shaw is back in the game again.
Lou Holtz, the Arkansas coach, on the sideline. Chris Faulkner came back on the field for Florida, so he limped off but came right back. Dwayne Dixon wide right, Faulkner, and Spencer Jackson wide left. Lou Holtz watching his defense operate. Florida. This is complete. Dwayne Dixon again, and he's at the 25 with 1:28 left in the first half. Florida positioned to score again. Keith Burns and Danny Walters on the stop for Arkansas.
Boy, they are just throwing that little pass, and it's in the seam. Just take a look at it. Hugo, take a look at the left-handed quarterback. Just gets the ball right in the seam, right in front of the line, right behind the linebacker, and in front of the safety man. There's not much they can do about it.
Hampton slot right. Hugo again wants to throw. Broken up. The Arkansas defense was there, and Danny Walters was the man that got the hand on it. It was intended for Lorenzo Hampton. Stops the clock with 1:17 left in the first half. 2nd and 10, Florida.
Take a look at this. This is the one man that has too many people on him. That's Hampton downfield. Walters goes over the top, almost makes the interception again. The guy that was open was Faulkner, number 80, the tight end. Now they changed tight ends. They got Mike McElhargy in there. He just swung out the last time. We'll see if this happens again. The tight end was open.
Jackson in motion.
Now they're going to run.
Pitch out Hampton, and he slips. Calvin Shaw was there with him when he went down. There's an injured player on the field for Arkansas. Razorbacks have a man down at the 25-yard line. 1:05 left in the first half. We can't see his number. I'm sorry. It's Richard Richardson, perhaps.
67? I think you're right.
3rd and 11 for Florida at the 27-yard line. There's your situation. 1:05 left in the first half. The ball at the 26. Florida leading Arkansas 10-7. There goes Richardson limping off the field.
All right, take a look at number 67. He gets clipped from behind. Oh, this stuff, you don't like to see that. That's his knees. All right, there's Shaw, number 51. And when Hampton tries to make his cut back to the inside, he just slipped and fell. Nobody tackled him. They've got to stop the short pass, Fred. They've got to get these corners up on the wide receivers.
Richardson, a 260-pound senior from Little Rock, limps off. Florida's converted 3 out of 6 third downs they faced so far. 3rd and 11 here. Hugo looking, That pass complete to Dixon. He went up and got it. And I believe he has a first down. The ball is inside the 15. And it should be a first down for Florida with 52 seconds left in the half. Greg Lasker made the stop. The 15th first down of the first half for Florida. That's a bunch of first downs. They're leading 10-7. Yuko can feel the pressure behind him. Throws. Touchdown. Dwayne Dixon. Dwayne Dixon made the grab with 42 seconds left in the half. Tell you something, Bob Yuko can throw the football.
He can throw the football. I'll tell you another thing. This Dwayne Dixon's got some of the best hands I've ever seen in college football.
He was not wide open when he made the catch.
Oh, what a great grab he made. He made it turning around. Yuko, look at, there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not a lot. Again, the three-man rush. Forget that. You've got to put someone else in there. Watch this pass by Yuko, but watch what Dixon does. Little turnaround, catches the ball, gets his feet down in the end zone. He's got sensational hands.
Yuko's 12th completion in the first half. Raymond hits the kick. It's good. We have a timeout again in the Astrodome as the Gators put another one on the board. This timeout comes with 42 seconds left in the first half. And it's now Florida leading Arkansas 17-7 as you watch the officials confer. Here's the play again.
All right, Yuko's the kind of guy you don't want to give all kinds of time to because he's going to find some players. You look at, you see two Arkansas guys. There's a third guy. There's a three-man rush. He's got the time to throw the football. All he has to do is slide outside. He catches Dixon in the end zone. It's a touchdown. And you can't really blame Kevin White. You can't stay that long with the receiver.
Tough, tough, tough for the defensive backs when you got a cover like that.
They blitzed one time on a third down situation, and that's when Calvin Shaw got burnt by the fullback, James Jones. And since that time, they've been afraid to blitz. Don't be afraid to blitz.
Dixon's second touchdown catch of the game. Eric Holloway, Bobby Joe Edmonds. Man is everywhere, isn't he?
Renner here.
Someday they'll quit showing him. Then he won't matter anymore.
Can you imagine what his kids are going to look like when he has the kids? They come out with their...
Hey, what do you say, Kello?
We're waiting Bobby Raymond. Number 3 set to hit the football for Florida. The Gators leading here 17-7 as the first half draws close to a close. This is Raven Caldwell with the football for Arkansas and dumped. Nothing there for him. Florida playing some outstanding football here. Patrick Miller was the man that got down, number 98, to make the tackle. There's the scoring drive. 80 yards, 10 plays. Didn't take long. 2:43 as Yuko hit Dwayne Dixon from 13 yards out.
Arkansas, when they go in at halftime, they're going to have to make an awful lot of adjustments defensively. And I think they're going to come out and start throwing the ball on first down. They're going to have to.
Thomas Brown, a new tailback in the game for Arkansas. Tom Jones is the quarterback. This is Thomas Brown with the football. There's kind of an interesting story. He did not practice toward the end of the year with the Arkansas team, and all of a sudden they came down to the Bluebonnet Bowl, and he was back on the football team.
Well, he's got a little sabbatical.
Leon Pennington and Alton Jones on the tackle that time. 18 seconds left in the first half. The clock running down.
That's it.
2nd and 8, Arkansas at their 15-yard line.
If you're going to run a draw and take that much time in the huddle, you might as well let the clock run out.
Mark Douglas with the football, and that's going to do it for the first half as Keith Williams closed him down for Florida. We have come to the end of one half of action here at the Astrodome in Florida. Through the air, directed by Bob Yuko, in the lead, halftime at the Bluebonnet Bowl. It is Florida 17, Arkansas 7. And Davidson, Harry Callis, and Jim Gibbons on hand, and the action's yours at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, live on ESPN.
It's one of the few years Notre Dame has not been ranked in the top 20 teams in college basketball.
Last year and this year, Digger's trying to rebuild them. Well, I believe we got a football game again.
Yeah. Well, we had it when we started. We just had Arkansas out of it for a while.
Martin Smith will hit the kickoff. Lorenzo Hampton is deep for Florida, along with Roger Sibbald for 25. Hampton, number 7. See him set up near the goal line. As men were told, he's an All-American swimmer in addition to being a barefoot kicker. Sybil with the kick. Trying to get straight up the middle. He crosses the 20, and he's at the 25 before he's finally hauled down. So the Gators, with a 3-point lead, take it over 1st and 10. Terry Tatum on the stop.
All right, we're going to see just Mr. Anderson go up over. You're right, he can't fly. Look at this, because they had the people stuffed in the backfield. He went up over the top, and he had to clear everybody.
Not like he can fly backwards if he wants.
All right, Florida cannot stop doing the things that got him to 17 points.
Jackson, wide left.
They're not. They're
Hugo's going to cut it loose. Up the middle, complete. Wayne Dixon across the 40 to the 42. He had a half dozen catches in the first half, and Dixon right back to work in the second half. Nick Miller made the tackle. Wayne Dixon's had a night. That's 7 catches.
Freddie, again, you've got to get up and jam those wide receivers and don't let them off the line of scrimmage, because they're running free behind the linebackers.
Faulkner wide to the right side with Spencer Jackson. Dixon left. That pass batted down by Shaw. Chris Shaw got the hand on it. Calvin Shaw, excuse me, not Chris Shaw. He's bounced back pretty well in the second half.
Calvin Shaw that time did what the linebacker had to do, and it's a lot of ground for him to cover on that little rollout pattern. You got to remember something now, that Yuko is a left-handed quarterback, so running to his left isn't that hard a play for him, but it gave the linebacker that much time. Dixon got just a little bit too far to the inside, but the seam was still there, and they're not hitting these guys off the line of scrimmage.
Florida 2nd and 10 at their own 42. With Dixon in motion to the right side. Jackson's out there. Yuko rolling left all by himself. And took a shot at the 47-yard line as he went out of bounds with it after a gain of 5. Kevin Wyatt came up from the corner and put a hit on him.
Not a bad run for a guy with 2 bad knees, huh?
Not at all.
Well, they caught Arkansas in that pursuit of theirs, and that was a design call. It was not a busted play. It was just a quarterback bootleg, and he's naked when he comes out there. I don't mean unclothed. I mean naked without blockers when he comes out there.
There's Spencer Jackson. There's Hampton in motion, number 7. Dixon's to the left side. Yuko throws complete to the tight end, Chris Faulkner. Greg Lasker on the stop for Arkansas. Bob Hugo just continues to throw like he's got radar.
He really does. He spreads it out to his receivers. When he wants the big play, he goes to Dixon. But just take a look at this. Now, he's going to throw this ball to Faulkner. It's a tight end. And that's a play they used in the first half. He just slips off the line of scrimmage, and there's nobody there to cover him. That is a safety. Lasker, number 3, that's supposed to be on the tight end. They're playing too far off.
Jackson and Dixon wide left. 1st and 10 Florida. Dixon's in motion to the right side. It's a tailback, and there's not much there. He's inside the 45 with Billy Ray Smith. Put the stop on him. And now helps Hampton up. 2nd and 8 Florida at the 43-yard line of Arkansas. Florida leading 17-14. 5:47 left in the 3rd quarter as you look at the Florida bench. 14 carries for 38 yards now for Lorenzo Hampton. Jackson left, Dixon right for Florida. And again, Hampton goes in motion.
Here comes a blitz.
Complete. Malarkey, the tight end, battling for yards inside the 40. Shy of the first down. Greg Lasker hauled him down right there. Mike Malarkey made the catch, a 245-pound senior from Fort Lauderdale. Good look at Bob Hugo, the quarterback, and what a night he's having.
Yuko is reading the defenses so well. The plays are being called from the sidelines, all right? But Yuko saw the blitz coming. He knew the one guy that's going to be open is the tight end on a short pattern. Hit the tight end because he's going to be covered by a safety or a linebacker one-on-one, and that's the position he wanted to get him in.
It's 3rd and about a foot. Jackson in motion. Hampton has the first down. Steps inside the 35 and knocked down at the 33-yard line, and the Gators have 1st and 10. 21st first down as Lou Holtz continues to pace the sidelines, the Arkansas coach.
Trying to figure out what he can do to stop the receivers from getting off the line of scrimmage.
Florida doing a good job of just picking and picking and picking at Arkansas. There's Holtz. Jackson's in motion. Dixon's wide right. It's Hampton. There's a hole. Inside the 30 to 25, and it's another first down. Billy Ray Smith and Calvin Shaw made the stop. With Florida doing a job offensively against one of the best defenses in the country.
All right, here comes Billy Ray now. He's going to the inside, and they've got two guys blocking on him right there, and he still makes the play, but it's 10 yards downfield. He's got to get some help. The man can't do it by himself.
Well, think about this. Arkansas, 4th in the nation, giving up 249 yards a game this year. Florida got 291 in the first half, and they're taking them again.
Well, they're up to, unofficially, up to 348 yards so far, and there's still 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
There's the first down. 4:57 left in the third quarter. Florida attacking again, leading Arkansas 17 to 14. They are at the 23-yard line.
Well, here's a position again where they like to throw that thing to Dwayne Dixon, number 83, that little short pass right behind the linebacker in front of the safety man or the corner. And they've got him out there one-on-one.
Faulkner switches sides, the tight end. Dixon wide right, and Jackson in motion that way. Hampton again. Earl Buckingham stopped it. Lou says, well, there must be a way.
Got to be a way, and he's got to get his defensive linemen from catching, all right? The offensive linemen, and again, I'm not taking anything away from the Florida offensive linemen. They are doing a super job at the point of attack. You know, you pick up 6 yards on first down, it gives you all the leeway in the world. Now you can do anything you want, pass or run, little play-action shot.
Hampton now with 16 carries for 55 yards as he takes the pitch, slams straight ahead. Not much there that time. Shy of the 15-yard line, Calvin Shaw, who is really coming on in the second half, made the stop again for Arkansas. 3rd and 4 for Florida at the Arkansas 17.
But isn't it amazing, though, right through this whole game, we have not mentioned making tackles the defensive linemen. You got linebackers making all the tackles.
You're right. Yuko sets the Florida offense. Needs 4 yards for the first down as Hampton goes in motion. Oh, he's open. Yuko's got heat on him. He throws it up the middle, complete. It's that man again. Wayne Dixon, his 3rd touchdown of the ball game. They had heat on Yuko that time, and for the 3rd time tonight, he found Dwayne Dixon in the end zone. His 8th catch, his 3rd touchdown.
All right, that's Wyatt. Kevin Wyatt trying to stay with him. He tried to hit him at the line of scrimmage, lets him to the inside. Yuko just lays the ball up in the air. Look at this perfect pass right on the money. Goodbye.
And it's 23 to 14, Florida. Raymond's extra point attempt. He just about kicked it out of the Astrodome. It's good. Dixon now with 8 catches for 93 yards, 3 touchdowns, and what a night he has. We have 3:28 left in the third quarter at the Bluebonnet Bowl. The score now, Florida 24, Arkansas 14.
Get into the swing of things with ESPN Sunday. The action begins when Donnie Long squares off against John Dino Dennis on Top Rank Boxing. Basketball is up next as 2 live NBA games head your way. First, the Milwaukee Bucks take the Houston Rockets to the boards. Then Isaiah Thomas and the Detroit Pistons look to rise above that vast crowd of superstars known as the Los Angeles Lakers. ESPN has a sure shot lineup of sports Sunday.
Florida set to kick off again as you watch the Bluebonnet Bowl. We'll remind you again that ESPN will present for the first time a delayed telecast of the 1983 Rose Bowl game at January 4th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. Jim Simpson, Bud Wilkinson, and Herb Brown will all be on hand for ESPN.
That's the granddaddy of all.
That's one. What a night.
That's Yuko. 18 completions, 23 attempts, 213 yards. And they've got 381 yards of total offense.
3 CD passes, all to Dwayne Dixon, who has 8 catches for 83 yards. Raymond hits it very high and deep. Holloway looking for room. Nothing there. He's just about to the 15-yard line and closed down by Patrick Miller. Oh, you're sitting about 3 feet from the Florida coaches who are working in the booth right next to us, and what a masterful job they're doing over there.
Yeah, and they're banking on the one thing that Arkansas is not throwing the ball on first down, and that's their defense, and they won't change their defense until Arkansas does that, and they have scouted Arkansas very, very well.
Little different look now as Dameron and Holloway both go wide left. Clark, the fullback.
Oh, they're going to pass.
Taylor up the middle, complete. Ricky Eastman made the stop. Luther Franklin, the tight end, was down there.
All right. Now, we talked about a first down passing situation. This is the first time we saw it. They ran a play-action pass, and they threw to a guy that I told you he's got great hands, is Anderson. And they brought the ball out to the 42-yard line. Now, we'll see if this will take Florida out of that defense or not.
Anderson continues to have a big night. That was a 27-yard grab. He was a former wide receiver. This is Darrell Bowles. He's across the 45 to the 48. Pretty good yardage on the play. Big number 66 you saw getting up off the ground is Steve Court. Patrick Miller made the stop. 2nd and 5, Arkansas at the 47-yard line with 2:56 left in the third quarter, and Florida leading 24-14.
That's the one thing about Steve Court, who is just, I think, is a super guard, number 66, and I think the only thing that scouts look at with him is the fact that he's a little questionable as far as his pass blocking is concerned. I'll get to it in a second.
Anderson's back in the tailback and gets the pitch. Gets a block from Clark. Inside the 50 to the 46-yard line. There's a flag down. Might be a face mask. The flag drops, and it's a first down anyway. Rodney Billett made the tackle.
You know what's so pretty about Anderson when he runs with the football is that he sets up blocks. He set up the block for Jesse Clark. Waiting. Set up the man. Now take a look at, watch number 60 to 33. Watch him set this block up for him. Bang, he takes him to the inside, sets the block up for Jesse Clark, and he goes down and picks up the first down, and there's the face mask.
Another pretty thing is that he finishes downfield from where he starts.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the call.
Face mask, White, 5 yards.
This is a call, Fred, that I would like to see a 15-yard penalty on, because you can really hurt somebody and snap somebody's neck. When you turn a guy like Anderson, they turn him completely around. They should make it at a major penalty.
The ball now at the 41-yard line. Jesse Clark straight ahead. He's inside the 40 at the 38. Fernando Jackson and Fred McAllister, the inside linebacker, stopped him. 2:15 left in the third quarter now. Clark, number 33.
We got one team throwing the ball, moving down the field. We got the other team running the ball, going the other way.
Holloway comes wide right. Dameron wide left. Jesse Clark again. Look at him, Foley's way. Boy, he has a good work ethic. There he is inside the 30. Alton Jones on the stop. Clark, a 226-pound senior from Crossett, Arkansas.
And they run that play at Paquette, number 64, the center, and also Court, number 66, the right guard, and Alfred Muhammad on the right side. He's, may I add, is from my hometown, Youngstown, Ohio.
There's Dameron, the wide receiver. Taylor on the keep. Dwayne Dixon has set a Bluebonnet Bowl record with 3 touchdown catches tonight.
And he's not done yet.
Ron Moten. Tackle, no, he probably got a catch or 2 left.
All right, here we're going to see this little quarterback option coming down the line of scrimmage. Taylor has nobody to throw the ball to, so he decides to keep it, and he gets hammered. They played it very well. Florida was right there.
2nd and 9, Arkansas. Taylor, Gary Anderson trying to get wide. 25. Oh, what a move. He's inside the 20. May have the first down. Alton Jones finally chased him down. Another good move by Gary Anderson, the 180-pound senior from Columbia, Missouri.
Watch the move. You talk about speed. Watch what Anderson does. There's C-25 Seabold. He's a defensive back, the strong safety. He ran away from him. Now he makes a move back to the inside on Curry, number 26, and picks up the first down. Fluid motion.
Football at the 19-yard line of Florida with 47 seconds left in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Arkansas. Brad Taylor trying to take the Hogs to a touchdown. Jesse Clark, a hole up the middle. Got into a wrestling match about the 12-yard line. Tony Lilly and Ivory Curry wrestled him down.
You're seeing two offensive lines, Florida's and Arkansas, doing what they do so very well and open up the holes in the middle. We're into 25 seconds. And take a look at this hole. You see Cork, he takes the linebacker to the outside. Jesse Jackson jumps over his own man, the agility of that young man, and gets to about 8.5 yards.
Alton Jones of Florida is on the field and hurt. We have a timeout here with 24 seconds left in the third quarter. The score, Florida 24, Arkansas 14. In Arkansas, trying to close it. Alton Jones of Florida on the bench and injured. 2nd and 2 for Arkansas. Tom Jones is the quarterback now. That's Jesse Clark. Inside the 10, very close to the first down. He's now carried 10 times for 53 yards. Gary Anderson has 16 carries for 106 yards for Arkansas. Tim Newton on the stop that time for Florida, and it's first down Arkansas and goal at the 7-yard line. Alton Jones obviously in pain.
What I called Tim Newton in the first quarter, I think a freshman, and I didn't want to take 1 year away from him. He's a sophomore.
Tom Jones puts him in the eye. Darrell Bowles is the tailback now. Clark the fullback. It's Bowles straight ahead to the 5. 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. And the third quarter has just come to an end here at the Bluebonnet Bowl. As you look at Bowles getting up off the ground after Tim Newton stopped him for Florida. And if Arkansas scores, it will be to start the fourth quarter because they're going to have to go the other way. We have come to the end of 3 quarters here at the Bluebonnet Bowl at the Astrodome, and the score at the end of 3, Florida 24, Arkansas 14.
Tuesday, the granddaddy of them all comes to ESPN. It's the Rose Bowl and a football first for your total sports network. Big Ten champ Michigan looks to avenge an early season loss to Pac-10 top dog UCLA. The Rose Bowl, Tuesday here on ESPN. Notre Dame hits the road for the first time this season when they take on the Davidson Wildcats in North Carolina. Live Tuesday on ESPN.
The man facing in the white sweater, Lou Holtz, the Arkansas coach. His team needs a touchdown. They're down by 10 points as we start the fourth quarter. It is 2nd and goal at the 5. Gary Anderson is the tailback. He is tied at Bluebonnet Bowl record with 2 touchdowns running here tonight. And we have whistles. Holloway went in motion. This could hurt Arkansas.
Yeah, they had a man on the offensive line who was in motion, whether it's was number 61, Charles Ginn, I'm not sure, but one of the offensive linemen on the left-hand side, the left tackle, I think it was Ginn, that was in motion.
Well, that takes it back to the 10-yard line now.
Legal procedure. Red.
2nd and goal at the 10 now.
Legal procedure means once your offensive linemen get set, they cannot move before the ball is snapped.
Cameron wide right, Holloway wide left. The I formation. Tom Jones, the quarterback, maybe checking off. Option, pitch out, Gary Anderson. Not much there. He's at the 5 and stopped. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5 as Fernando Jackson brought him down after 5 yards.
You know, when you look at Gary Anderson running to the outside, Freddie, when you say there's really not much there, there wasn't much there, but he makes 6 yards out of it when there's very little to do. Now, this depends. This could still be they're down by 10 points. Watch Gary Anderson pick up the 6 yards here. The defense strings out very well. Now, the cutback is here. He leaves those 2 guys alone. The pursuit on the backside is the thing that makes it for him.
3rd and goal at the 5. Missler wide left. Holloway in the slot. Jones stumbles, throws, touchdown. The catch was made by Jesse Clark, the fullback.
I said what happened here because it was a busted play. They had Holloway coming around on that reverse. I think it was a fake on the play, even though it looked like a busted play. Watch what happens here. The only reason I say that is because Jesse Clark is in the end zone. You see, by himself. This is a pass play. It's not a bust. It wasn't the reverse. Jesse Clark is there, and he's wide open. The thing about it is they went after Holloway and didn't go after the quarterback. Jones did a super job getting back to the outside.
Martin Smith will attempt the extra point. Tom Jones has his first completion. It's good for 6 points and make it 7. And Arkansas again right back in this football game with 14:08 left in the Bluebonnet Bowl game. The score now, Florida 24, Arkansas 21, and we're back right after this. Fred White, Paul McGuire, the Astrodome, the Bluebonnet Bowl. You're looking at Arkansas. They're down by 3 points with 12:05 left in the game. They have the football. First and 10, their own 20. 29 Holloway coming wide to the left side. Dameron wide right. Anderson is the tailback in the eye. Oh, what a night he's having. Flag is down in the backfield. Anderson crossed the 25 before Patrick Miller stopped him.
They're going to have a roughing the passer on Wilbur Marshall. Actually, not the passer. He hit the quarterback. Remember, this ball was on the 20-yard line. He handed the ball off at about the 24-yard line, and they hit the quarterback back at the 10-yard line. There's no call for it. Don't make mistakes now.
Florida leading by 3, but they're going to take a big penalty here, and it's going to move the football up to the 42-yard line where Arkansas will have it first and 10.
Personal foul. White. First down.
And that's tacked on, Fred, to the game.
11:58 left in this football game. Arkansas down by 3. Dameron wide left, Holloway wide right. At the end of 3 quarters, Florida had 378 yards. Arkansas 324. Put Dameron in motion. Taylor scrambling, cuts it deep and complete at the 25-yard line to Ken Dameron. First down.
Lou Holtz talked about Brad Taylor is going to be a super quarterback, but just take a look at this throw and look where he puts it. Now, he's going to get heat, so he moves up into the pocket. Now, on the run, look at where this ball hits Dameron. Right in the chest. You can't drop the ball. It was right there. Dameron keeps his feet in bounds. But look at this throw is on the run, off of his right foot, and look where he puts this ball. Over the corner man, there's Dameron right there. Got both feet in bounds. That's super.
37-yard pass, hit him on the numbers, and never gathered himself to throw. The ball is at the 20-yard line.
Derek Holloway in a reverse again, Fred.
Rodney Billett made the stop. Derek Holloway. It'll be second and a short 5.
They've run that reverse 3 times to Derek Holloway, and then for the touchdown to Jesse Clark, they ran that fake reverse. It's all off that same action. And that's when Tom Jones came out and he hit Clark for the touchdown.
Bowles is now the tailback in the eye. Taylor to Jesse Clark. Stopped just shy of the first down by Fernando Jackson. It'll be 3rd and a yard for Arkansas at the 16-yard line of Florida. Florida leading 24-21. 10 minutes, 40 seconds left in the football game. Boy, Arkansas and Florida are just eyeball to eyeball here in the Astrodome.
Key to this football game might have been after that play when Florida got the penalty and they were in excellent field position and Arkansas shut them down. That might have given the confidence to the defense that they needed because they know that this offensive football team can move the ball.
Taylor to Clark, first down. He is inside the 15, and Arkansas has the first down.
Enter number 43.
Alton Jones on the stop.
Enter number 43, Anderson.
Gary Anderson. There's your score. 10:19 left in the game. Clark now with a dozen carries for 60 yards. Alton Jones, number 67, made the stop coming off. He's playing hurt and playing well.
You talk about guts in a football player. Now, here's a guy that's come up 3 different times to get taped up and still back in the football game. Give him an awful lot of credit.
Luther Franklin, the tight end right. Holloway's in the slot. Anderson. 10-5. Very close to a first down. Boy, Anderson just continues to get it done. Look at him, number 43.
He gets it done, Fred, but I'll tell you, this Jesse Clark, I can't say enough about the young man. He blocks, he runs, he catches passes for a touchdown. He is the guy that set up the play. He just took the linebacker coming across the line of scrimmage. Anderson sets him up. Clark wipes him out, and he picks up, what, 12 yards on the play.
At 9, it's 2nd and 1. Anderson now has 127 yards. And Bowles is back in the game at tailback. Anderson taking a breather. Bowles straight ahead. That should be first down inside the 5. Well, it's going to be close.
Well, they're going to mark it at the 5-yard line.
Well, that's not going to be enough. It's going to be 3rd and short. They spot it there.
We're in four down situations again, where you go for it. I just don't think that if with this football team, as well as they're doing against Florida on the ground, that they'd settle for a field goal here unless there's a fumble in the backfield or something and they lose a yard or two.
Arkansas down by 3. Tom Jones, the quarterback. Gary Anderson, the tailback. He's got the first down inside the 5. Wilbur Marshall, the All-American linebacker, closed him out, but not soon enough. And Arkansas has it 1st and goal at the 3 with 9:22 left in the game. They are down by 3 points. Anderson's going to leave the game.
Key to this whole second half is that Arkansas has not made any mistakes. No fumbles, no interceptions, did not turn the ball over.
What do you think? Jesse Clark about 3 times?
No, I think, who's in there? Bowles?
Bowles at tailback. Clark's the fullback. Jones, Clark straight ahead. He's close.
He's in. Hey, you're becoming a coach. Jesse Clark 3 times. That's right. Give it to the bull. He's short, a little bit short. Watch this offensive line blow out now. Jesse Clark, they give him the ball. Look at the power. You can see it from ground level. Now, his head's across the goal line. The ball isn't. Once that crosses that plane, it's a touchdown. This man, Lou Holtz, is going bananas.
2nd and goal at the 1. Jones has everybody in tight. Sneak.
Oh, it's a touchdown. He crossed the plane. He had to.
No signal yet.
It's not where you push him back. It's where the ball goes across.
Arkansas really upset. Jones livid. He was sure he had the touchdown.
Well, take a look at it. All right, here it is from the side. Nose to nose. And first of all, Florida is offside. There goes Jones. Look at the ball. Look at where the goal line is. It's got to be a touchdown. I don't know what you're waiting on, boys.
Now they did. Now they gave him the touchdown. It's touchdown Arkansas, and the Razorbacks are in front, 27-24. Late call, but they got it.
And if I was, I'll tell you right now, if I was the Florida coach, I would be upset here waiting for that call.
Smith will attempt the extra point. He's got it. And Arkansas has the lead. The Bluebonnet Bowl at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, and quite a battle it is with 8:04 left in the football game. Arkansas back in front. Arkansas 28, Florida 24. 28-24 Arkansas. Fred White and Paul McGuire at the Astrodome. Hampton and Sybil deep for Florida.
I gotta laugh at Hahn's right foot. He can't get his foot down. He may walk permanently with a limp after this football season. Take a look at that.
Florida's going to have to look back to the passing arm of Bob Huco, who has hit 19 out of 24 for 220 yards so far in this game. Gators will have the ball with 8 minutes left.
Look at this.
Oh, Hahn drives it deep into the end zone. Sybil will not run it back, and Florida will have it 1st and 10 at the 20.
So, Fred, you mentioned something earlier, which is amazing about Florida, and I'm not even thinking of changing quarterbacks in this situation, because Huco has just been outstanding. He has just been sensational. Can't use enough adjectives. But you got a guy sitting on a bench also.
Wayne Peace.
70% thrower. Can you believe that?
Best in the country.
That's power. That's power, pal.
Huco sets him down. Has B.E. Lang wide left. Dixon. And Young wide right.
They're going to throw.
To the near sideline, through the hands of Wayne Dixon. That's the only thing he hasn't caught tonight.
He's got his prints on the ball. And that ball hit him in the hands. That ball was there. They had the rover back, Keith Burns, number 30, on him.
He's had 8 catches for 83 yards and 3 touchdowns, has Dwayne Dixon. That 3 touchdowns is a Bluebonnet Bowl record. Gary Anderson has tied it with 2 touchdowns rushing. Some mix-up on Florida's part here.
They got guys running all over the place. They're going to take a timeout.
Young wasn't sure he was supposed to stay in the game. He does. Lang's in the slot that way. And it's James Jones, the fullback, with the call. Ron Farrow and Billy Ray Smith on the tackle for Arkansas, and Florida has 3rd down and 4 at the 26.
For a play that took them a long time to get 2 people on and 2 people up, it worked out very well. They got to put that one in the playbook and keep it there where they come in late.
Jones now with 13 carries for 96 yards.
Tight end in the flat.
Hampton's in motion. Yuko looks left.
Tight end in the flat.
Throws to the tight end. That is Chris Faulkner. We got it.
There's nobody covering the man. What they do is they put Hampton in motion. They put him out near the flanker, Spencer Jackson, and all of a sudden the tight end goes out, and there's nobody there to cover him. Milton Fields is the linebacker. He's not there. Number 3, Lasker, he's not there. And he picks up about 12 yards.
Faulkner's 2nd catch of the night. 1st and 10 Florida at their own 38. Young and Lang wide right. Malarkey, the tight end, moves to the left side. Lorenzo Hampton again, and he is tripped up, and the man that got him was Milton Fields. 7 minutes, 13 seconds left in this football game. Florida trailing by 4 now after leading most of the ball game, dominating the first half, leading 17-7 at halftime. Arkansas has come back with 7 in the 3rd quarter, 14 points in the 4th quarter. Florida's managed 7 points in the 2nd half. Yuko, who is at 20 out of 26 for 233 yards, looks at 2nd and 9 here. Going deep for B. Lang and overthrows him. Running with him was Danny Walters, number 22 for Arkansas. There's Lang. Only caught 2 passes all year. He's caught 2 tonight. One of them called back. It would have been a touchdown.
That time Arkansas made the adjustment with the linebacker, and they just let him float out into the zone where the tight end was, Malarkey. And they wanted to throw to B. Lang downfield, and he got bumped around the 40-yard line.
It's a big call here, Paul. 3rd down 9 with 6:45 left in the game. Florida at their own 40.
The reason it is, Fred, is because if Arkansas gets the ball with their power running game, they can run out the 6.5 minutes on the clock.
Dixon's in motion left. Jackson wide right. Yuko fires. Oh, he badly overthrew Dixon. Yuko, who's been on target all night long, suddenly missing.
And Yuko, when he sees the film on this play right here, if he ran with the ball, he would have picked up the 1st down because he had nobody around him within 10 yards.
Instead, Criswell's on to punt. And back for the return for Arkansas.
Sure hand.
Gary Anderson. An electrifying return in the first half, and now flags are down. Florida, illegal procedure with 6:38 left in the game.
Again, we got that situation. It has to be not the defense moving around because they can move anywhere they want. Once the offensive lineman is set, they can't move their hands. Now we're going to see, do we have a mistake? Oh, yeah, we did.
Well, the ball's at 40.
What happened is the official might have seen one of the upbacks move. Now, see the upbacks that are in this formation? They can move.
Criswell standing at the 25. Florida. Great kick again.
Oh, clip.
Gary Anderson. Flag is down. Anderson stopped shy of the 15-yard line and flags down.
Dameron clipped downfield, number 44, and that's going to move the ball back to what? Half the distance?
Half the distance, and it's at about the 14-yard line now, so that'll take it back to the 7. And Arkansas is going to start in the hole. They have the football with 6:28 left in the game. There's the clip. 28-24, Arkansas leading Florida.
Don't smile yet, guys.
Oh, you can smile. You don't have to play.
Slipping, red, turning the run back. First down, 10.
The ball is on the 6-yard line. The Arkansas cheerleaders have seen their Razorbacks come from behind to take the 28-24 lead. And you know what Arkansas wants to do with it now? Kill some clock.
Yeah, Anderson and Clark.
Timeout here with 6:28 left in the game. Again, our score, Arkansas 28, Florida 24, and we're back right after this. Board shows you the story. The first half belonged to Florida, the second half, and at the moment the game belongs to Arkansas. Heck of a football game. Hope you're enjoying it.
The first half, like 160-some yards difference in total offense. Right now, it's Florida Gators 408 unofficially, and the Hogs of Arkansas 393. So they've really closed the gap.
Brad Taylor's the quarterback. Anderson, the tailback in the eye. Jesse Clark, the fullback. Pulls it out to the 10. Stopped there by Billy Henson. Florida needs the football back. Arkansas wants to kill some clock. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the football game. You do not want to make a mistake down in here.
No, and every time you say it, something happens. But that has been the difference in Arkansas this second half. They have played a mistake-free second half of the football game. They had the 3 turnovers in the first half that were costly.
Jesse Clark now has 68 yards. Here's Anderson. He's well over 100. He has some room, and he's across the 20 to the 21 and has the first down. Tony Lilly made the stop, and Anderson just continues to have an outstanding game. Well, he may be the MVP in his 3rd straight game before this night's over.
Anderson has just been sensational, but Jesse Clark, watch 33. He is just outstanding. Watch you see the hole. Look at his block. There goes Anderson back to the inside. It is outstanding watching Jesse Clark, and that's also Charles Ginn, number 61, downfield getting a block.
Anderson now has 139 yards on 21 carries. Gary Anderson, we've mentioned it earlier, was the MVP in the 80 Hall of Fame Bowl last year in the Gator Bowl. Wilbur Marshall on the stop that time. 2nd and 6 for Arkansas.
They give it to Jesse Clark on first down, Fred, because he only picks up, 4 at a time, and that keeps the clock going. Then they give it to Anderson to pick up the first down. That stops the clock. So they got to keep mixing it up to get the clock moving.
5 minutes left in this football game. 2nd and 6 Arkansas at their own 24. Anderson reverse to Holloway. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. May have the first down. We'll tell you when they unpile. 4:48 left in the football game. Tony Lilly and Ivory Curry finally caught up to it.
I'll tell you something. This play picks up, they're going to measure this thing. It picks up almost to 6 yards. But this is a dangerous play to run because you've got too many people handling the football. You've got a toss to Anderson. You've got a handoff from Anderson to Holloway. The guys that aren't used to really handling the ball off to each other. Not that much. They run it sometimes in practice, but not consistently like the quarterback has to hand the ball off to a back. And it's a very dangerous play, especially in this part of the field. They're about 6 inches short.
Had a few of those tonight.
Yeah. That's where that saying came from. This game is a game of inches. I can't believe I said that.
The 24th first down, maybe, coming up for Arkansas. It is 3rd and less than a yard.
23-23 in first down.
Isn't that amazing? There's been some offense in this game.
416 to 408 unofficially.
Arkansas with 8 more yards than Florida right now. 3rd and inches at their own 29. Well, if Florida stops this, they made a big play. Bowles is now the tailback. Clark the fullback. Sneak. Taylor sneaks. Ought to be enough. Taylor wound up back inside the 30, but it looked like he had enough forward motion. Hope you're enjoying your New Year's Eve, and hope you're enjoying this football game on ESPN. Fred White, Paul McGuire, happy to be along with you in the Astrodome. They want to measure it again. Boy, Florida may have made a big play here.
They did not measure the ball right in the first place.
Ms. Lou and ESPN, well, we'll join with that. We all wish you a very happy New Year, a prosperous 83. They got it. Arkansas with a big first down with 4:43 left in the football game. The Razorbacks are going to kill some more clock.
And Lou Holtz didn't swallow his ice. He said they're going, because they didn't make it by much.
If they hadn't have made it, that would have been a big play for Florida.
All right, we got to keep in mind now that Arkansas, of course, they're not going to use the timeouts unless something happens and they give the ball over. But Florida has 3 timeouts remaining.
As does Arkansas. Misdirection, Gary Anderson. Off to the 40-yard line, just shy of another first down. Tony Lilly, the safety, came up to trip him.
You know, court number 66 got outside. Watch this. You want to see a sick play by, not a sick play, but being sick? Watch number 66 coming out of your screen. Watch what he does to the defensive corner man. Watch this. Goodbye.
There's a grand going out of business sale.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Well, you know, you're sitting there at 180 pounds, and you're looking at a guy, what, he's about 250, 260 coming at you.
270.
All you do is grab your sock.
Bench press is 585 pounds. Jesse Clark. That's a first down. Another first down for Arkansas with 3:45 left in the game. Fernando Jackson made the stop.
Remember, they started this drive, what, back on the 7th, Fred?
6-yard line.
6-yard line. And they're doing what they do so very well, and that's eat up the clock on a drive, especially in a situation like this. This is what power offense is all about. A lot of people say it's boring, but when you see the execution of the offensive lines, both of them tonight, Florida and Arkansas.
Taylor, Anderson, shy of the 50 at the 47 or 48-yard line. Tom Wigman on the tackle for Florida. And now 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the football game. 25 first downs for Arkansas, 23 for Florida, 435 yards for Arkansas, 408 for Florida, 28-24. Arkansas leading the Gators here with 3 minutes left in the football game.
When you see two offenses execute as well as these two offenses have, it's a shame to see a team lose in this football game. We'd like to see it played to a tie. I would.
Been an outstanding game. Anderson again. Look at him work in the middle of it all, and he is at the 45-yard line of Florida. He just continues to rack up yards. That is going to be very close to, if not another first down.
The key to him running, and the reason you like him so well, is his legs never stop. Watch his feet. When you see the play, now the offensive line executes, but watch Anderson's feet. Just keep your eye on his feet. They don't stop. He's hit here. Watch his feet. They're not stopping. He turns, and he puts himself over for the first down.
Pretty good tailback for a wide receiver, isn't he?
Who found him?
24 carries tonight. That's as many as any Arkansas player ever had in a bowl game, and we have timeout here. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the football game. It is now Arkansas 28, Florida 24. Don't go away. White, Paul McGuire, there's the situation. 2:40 left in the game. Arkansas with the ball and a 4-point lead. All this being played for the benefit of the March of Dimes. Last year, the Bluebonnet Bowl paid out in the neighborhood of $1 million. They should be close to it this year. Tom Jones back at quarterback for the Razorbacks. Pitch, Gary Anderson. Jesse Clark was busy making a block, and Anderson ran into it. A lot of people we want to thank tonight. Bill Carr, the athletic director at Florida. John Humanek, the sports information director for the Gators. Frank Royals, the AD at Arkansas. Rick Schaefer, his sports information director. Special thanks to Larry Catuzzi, the president of the Greater Houston Bowl Association, and his staff, especially Ted Nance, the publicity director. To our statistician, Dave Bosiga, who's been a very busy man here tonight. One more man I'll get to in a moment. 2:06 left in the ball game. Tom Jones has him in the eye. Guess who? Gary Anderson. Inside the 45 at the 46, Fernando Jackson made the tackle. I want to tell you, our thanks to our spotter, Jeff Necessary. And Jeff, I want to tell you, you were necessary tonight because the other side of that football field is a long way from here.
All right, Florida has taken another timeout. That leaves them down to 1. This is the most rushing yards that Gary Anderson has had this entire season. That's hard to believe the way he's running the football tonight. You've got to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. Charles Ginn, Marcus Elliott, Jay Biquette, Steve Court, who's just been outstanding, Alfred Muhammad. They have done an outstanding job, and along with the tight ends, because they do most of the blocking, Eddie White and Luther Franklin.
Anderson at halftime had 60 yards. Remember when he made the run in the third quarter, and I said, you suppose he just launched a bid for his third straight bowl MVP? I believe he's done it.
Yeah, I think so, too. Florida has absolutely, well, I'm not writing off. In a minute 50 to go, it's 3rd down and 9. This is a tough situation. Now with Hugo at quarterback and Dixon at the ends catching the ball the way they are, definitely not out of this football game. But if they win, yeah, Anderson would probably be the most valuable player. And if Florida wins this game, it would be Hugo.
Well, we're going to see the ball thrown to Derek Holloway here. Are you going to put it in the air? This drive started back on the Arkansas 6. They are now at the Florida 44 with 1:50 left in the game. They've taken almost 5 minutes off the clock.
Well, first of all, I don't think they will throw the football. I'm probably wrong on this one. Here comes Tom Jones into the game, the quarterback. I don't think they're going to throw the football. I think they'll run a play probably to Gary Anderson, or maybe give it to Clark up the middle, and then let the clock run down and take the penalty. If they don't get the first down, take the penalty, run as much time off the clock, and then punt the football.
Well, they've taken Anderson out. They've got Bowles and Douglas in the game now.
I would imagine this would be, I'd have to guess it's a running play. It's the smart play, even though it's 3rd and 9. Too many things can happen. You know the rush is going to be on by the defensive lineman. You can't force an error into a mistake. But they're in the huddle a long time, and usually when that happens, they're calling a pass play, and Jones is making sure his receivers knows where they're going. He better hurry because they're inside of 13 seconds.
Holloway is going to get double coverage on the right side. There's Tom Jones with time growing short to snap the ball and a long count. Arkansas may not get the playoff. They do. It's a pitch to Bowles, the tailback. He's got the first, and he has a first down. Arkansas might have just iced this football game. Darrell Bowles slices inside the 35. Boy, what a drive by Arkansas.
There's all kinds of key plays in the ball game, but just take a look at the blocking and look at Bowles. He's watched Anderson run all night long, and this young man wanted the first down, got it. Again, the running play to the outside. All right, here they go. Look at Court. Did you see Court take his man? Court's still riding his man in front of Bowles.
Is that a dominating block?
That's Fernando Jackson that blew him about 12 yards downfield.
1:24 left in the ball game. 1st and 10 Arkansas. Bowles again. 30, 25. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Tony Lilly came up from his safety position to make the tackle.
And what they're telling those offensive backs, we'll run wide. All right, we're going to toss, which I think is a dangerous play anyway, but we're going to toss, but stay in bounds.
George Grant and Dave Sanders will be standing by in the Sports Center following this football game. 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line of Florida. Arkansas with a 4-point lead over Florida. 1:09 left in the football game.
Florida has taken their last timeout. And Arkansas running the ball the way they're running the ball. They get 25 seconds of play. They start the clock. That's 50 seconds that they can run off even on a 4th down play. It's, to me, unless there's a super turnover, Florida is in deep trouble.
They are all but bankrupt. Say this, Florida played a whale of a football game.
You know, it's when you see the offensive lineman, there he is, our MVP.
Number 43, Gary Anderson.
You know, when you look at the film, Gary Anderson should take 2 people that we've seen in a lot of the plays, including the entire offensive line, but take Court and Jesse Clark to dinner. Because these guys have really done a job for him.
26 carries, 159 yards for Gary Anderson as he stands on the sidelines with 1:09 left.
He could take this ball and kneel down.
It's the fullback, Mark Douglas. It's another first down. Well, 1:04 left in the ball game. Not much Florida can do now.
I tell you, I can't believe what I've seen. I've got to say something about it. We're at a crucial time of the game. You've already played 59 minutes of this football game, and you put a guy in that hasn't touched the ball all night long and give it to him. That's amazing? A strange play, man. I tell you, that is strange.
There's the situation. There's Lou Holtz.
They will have to run 2 plays. Or kneel down twice.
The ball at the 20-yard line of Florida. They got 3 backs lined up.
They're going to kneel down.
Clock running with 33 seconds left. Charlie Pell, the Florida coach, has seen his Gators put up one whale of a fight in the Astrodome tonight. But they're going to come up a little bit short. Arkansas with 21 second-half points after being down 17-7 at halftime. There's the story unfolding in front of you.
How many times have we seen Freddie complete turnarounds in the game? One half it's Florida, the second half it's all Arkansas. They made the adjustments they had to make offensively and defensively.
This is going to do it. Pitch out. Thomas Brown will get the last carry of the football game, and it is over. Arkansas has defeated Florida 28-24. There are the Razorbacks celebrating on the sideline. It has been a great Bluebonnet Bowl game. The Razorbacks carry Lou Holtz off. The Razorbacks have defeated Florida 28-24.
Coming up right on the half hour, I'm Bob Lee. I'll be joined by Dave Sanders. We'll take a look at a big New Year's Day in college football. We do have an answer to the question, who is number one?
We'll also have scores and highlights for the National Hockey League and National Basketball Association. And yes, the scramble continues for playoff spots in the National Football League. We'll look what is on tap for Sunday. Sports Center coming up in just a couple of minutes. Hope you can join us.
The blonde in a white sweater is Lou Holtz, the Arkansas coach. You saw him prowling those sidelines all night long, and Paul McGuire, his club, came from behind 21 points in the second half. And Arkansas has defeated Florida 28-24 in an outstanding Bluebonnet Bowl game.
Yeah, Arkansas made the adjustments they had to make at halftime, and you just can't say enough about this Florida team. Nuko, to me, is an excellent quarterback. He threw the ball so very well. Dixon, the wide receiver, caught everything except that one pass that was thrown to him. Would have been a first down. Who knows what would have happened from there. But Arkansas defensively really rose to the occasion. And when you talk about their offensive line and the guy that you seem to like a little bit, Gary Anderson,
who turned out to be the most valuable player in this football game. And the Razorbacks now will go back to Fayetteville and root for a pretty good Arkansas basketball team the rest of winter. They had 25 seniors on this Arkansas team, and that's a great way to wind up your collegiate career.
Yeah, it is a great way to wind up. And then what you got to do now, Lou Holtz and his staff goes back to figure out what they're going to do next year to replace all these guys.
And Florida, well, they'll be back.